You don't have them today.
You don't have them today. Wait a minute. I think you've got a dog over there in the blue section. I heard a couple of barks. Okay, next to Bobby and Julie winning money for the banana section today, Mr. Army Archer and his wife, Selma.
I've got the seal.
You got the seal today, Selma. Aren't you lucky?
The seal, yes.
Yes. You know our friend who comes here. We have a pet seal on TattleTales.
Do we?
You didn't know that, did you?
No.
Before? Well, now you know. And it's nice to have you both with us. Good luck to you today. You're not playing any favorites with that shirt, are you, Arnie?
No, I'm right. I just noticed it has a little...
Not taking any chances.
Yeah, a little of last night's dinner, breakfast, and lunch.
Yes, right. You've got blue, red, and yellow in there. Next to Selma and Army, resident crazies with us, winning money for the red section, Mr. Orson Bean and his wife, Carolyn.
The best thing we can come up with for our section is a chicken.
Is a chicken? Have you got a chicken over there?
Chickens?
I hope you do.
I hope not. I don't like chickens.
Oh,
I'm
all right.
crazy.
Here we go. I hope you
Mean,
like this.
stupid, malevolent. If it weren't for Colonel Saunders, we'd be up to our... Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. Here we go, gang.
Yes.
First question worth $150, and this is it. Ladies, can you turn your husband on anytime you want to, day or night?
Whoa.
Don't say anything. I only read them. I don't write them. You must remember that.
But you read them with such full expression.
Yes, ladies, can you turn your husband on anytime you want to, day or night? Think about it. We'll be back for your answer.
I think we're losing this boy.
Goodbye, girls. Okay, Bobby, what's the answer with Julie?
You just turned me on.
Oh. I think you've been sticking your head in those fires too much, Bobby, on emergency.
No, we've been together for 21 years, and honestly, I know people say this, and it's not really true, but she never ceases turning me on. Anytime she wants to.
Very sweet. I think everybody will agree with that. Don't think she'd have any trouble in that department? What's the matter, Orson?
I was just going to say me too, Bobby.
Yes. Okay, let's bring on Julie.
All right.
Julie, are you there? There she is. Can you turn Bobby on anytime you want to, day or night?
Yep.
That's right. Seems kind of silly for me to say you're right. Of course you're right. You know that you're right. And you are right. And you have a share of the pot, too. Army, how about Selma? Did she turn you on anytime, day or night?
Crazy or something? You think anybody here is going to say no? You've got to be kidding.
Wouldn't that be... You're right. How could you really say that?
Well, I'm not going to be the fella.
You couldn't say that and go home with her, could you?
Oh, sure. Selma turns me
Oh,
on.
absolutely.
Yeah. Day,
Anytime.
night. Even leap year.
Even on the 29th of February. Let's bring her on.
Succinctly, yes.
Selma, can you turn Army on anytime you want, day or night?
But of course, darling.
That's right.
And sometimes when I don't want also.
Surprise, surprise. You have a share of the pot. Orson, what's Carolyn going to say?
Oh, yeah. We've been married almost 10 years, and I am in a continuous state of sexual arousal.
Chickens?
You're an animal, you know that? You really are an animal, Orson.
His bestial he was when I dated him.
Yeah. So the answer, therefore, is...
Yes
is the answer. Yes, bring on that little darling. Carolyn, can you turn Orson on anytime you want to, day or night?
Yeah, you want to see how easy it is to do?
You're right. You're all right, gang. We split that 3 ways. And we'll come back in just a moment and split all the rest of the pots on down. Come back with us, won't you? See you in a minute. Here we go. Question number 2 coming up. It's for you, ladies. It's worth $150 as well. This is it. Ladies, you're self-excluded. Who do you think is the sexiest girl your husband knows?
Oh.
Don't say anything now, girls. That's
no.
not easy.
Oh,
You're self-excluded. Who do you think is the sexiest girl your husband knows?
What are we going to say, honey?
Now, listen now, hear the wording of that. Who do you think is the sexiest girl your husband knows? Huh?
Oh.
See?
Oh, not who he thinks.
No, that's not what it says. It says, you're self-excluded. Who do you think is the sexiest girl your husband knows?
Not who he thinks, who we think.
No, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say what I said, and you go away and think about it now. Okay, Bobby. Who do you think Julie's...
I have to know the girl.
Well, I would say, yeah, I think you ought to know her, because it says,
Like
who is
a-
the sexiest girl your husband knows?
Like, I don't know Sophia Loren, but I would say that would be
It says-
Julie's answer.
It says
to
your
that.
husband knows. K-N-O-W-S means to know them, doesn't it, Ira?
Yes, it does.
Our producer knows.
I wish I did know Sophia Loren.
Will you stop going on about Sophia Loren here?
Katharine Hepburn, that's another one. I think
Yes.
she's a very sexy older woman.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't know her either.
Do you know anybody that's sexy, Bobby, besides Julie?
Yes. No, isn't that terrible? I can't answer this question.
See, that's good. Julie'd be thrilled with that.
Just let me think for a moment.
Okay. Oh, the towering feet. I thought I'd sing while we were waiting for...
Oh, could you go to somebody else? Will I think for a minute?
Well, sure.
Would
sure,
you?
Sure, we'll go to Army. Army, it's a tough question for you, too.
Would you mind going to somebody else?
Hey, Orson, you're next. Army, do you want to take a stab at this?
As I understand the question,
Yes.
it's who does Selma think is the sexiest person that I know?
That you know. Uh-huh. Because I have asked them. Who do you
Well, you know,
think?
that's a very tough question because in my line of work, just a minute.
Perhaps we should explain that Army writes a column every day for the Daily Variety here in Hollywood and all over
And
the
knowing
country.
so many, you know, beautiful, sexy women, it would really... But I would think that Selma, if she made a choice, she would probably say Elizabeth Taylor.
Really? That she thinks that she's the sexiest girl that you know.
Yeah, I think that's what she would say.
Do you think that Elizabeth Taylor's the sexiest girl you know?
That isn't what you asked.
Do you ever think about going into politics, Army? I think you'd have a great future. You're going to say, she will say,
Elizabeth Taylor.
Elizabeth Taylor. Let's bring Selma on and find out. Selma, who do you think is the sexiest girl your husband knows?
Well, she's a full-grown lady. Elizabeth Taylor.
That's what he said.
And he knows
That's
her a little
really
bit too well, if you want to know how.
Well,
She said I know her a little too well, too.
yes. That's amazing that you would pick her out of all the actresses and people that the Army comes in contact with.
Well, she's such a minor star, I can understand. you
Yes,
saying.
that's true. Okay.
And
you have-
ugly, and hey, what has she got?
That's true. Okay. You have a share of the pot. That's what you got at this point. Or do you want? Listen, Bob. You want to take a crack? You want to wait a little while?
I'll wait a little
We'll
while.
move on to Orson then. Moving right along to Orson. What's Carolyn going to say?
Selma. Sorry, old man. Margot Sappington.
Margot Sappington
The
is the
Margot
sexiest girl that you know, as far as Carolyn is concerned.
That's the only one that comes to mind.
Is there a person named Margot?
Of course, Margot Sappington was in Oh Calcutta.
Yes.
She did a beautiful dance in it.
Is she sexy?
I met her once.
Yeah. Do you know her?
I know her, not in the biblical sense, but sure. I said, "How are you, Margot?"
Do you have
Shook hands
carnal-
with her. And
Yeah.
Do you have carnal knowledge?
Yes. Okay. So you're going to say Carolyn will say Margot Sappington.
that's what I'm saying. It ain't much of an answer. It's the best thing I can come up with.
Let's bring her on. I think Bobby's going to take that one too. Let's bring on Carolyn. Carolyn, who do you think is the sexiest girl your husband knows?
Wow, you know, you could really lose friends over a question like this. I really don't know, but I'm going to just take a guess and say Patsy.
Patsy. Okay, that's not what Orson said.
What did Orson say? What did Orson say?
Tell Carolyn who you said, and I'm dying to know who Patsy is because I know.
Patsy, yeah. Why didn't I think of Patsy?
Now he thinks so.
But I'm curious, what did you
I
say?
said Margot Sappington.
Good too.
You both have the same reaction. That time she went, oh.
Patsy.
Sorry about that, gang, but you can sit there and think about that.
That
and,
was
I want to
good
meet them
thinking,
both, that's
Orson.
all I know.
yeah, let's get Margot and Patsy together out
yeah, I
here.
remember the
Who's
thing
Patsy,
you had
by
for
the-
her for all
Who is
those
Patsy?
years.
Patsy?
Never
Yeah.
mind who
Never
Patsy
mind.
is.
Go to the next question. He didn't even answer.
No, Bobby needs more time to think about it anyway. Who's Patsy?
Their
Patsy's
golden
a,
retriever. That's who Patsy
Never
is.
mind.
Patsy is a very interesting. She's got the fires of life burning bright.
Yes.
Patsy.
Patsy.
I'll tell you about
Yeah,
Patsy
you
later.
told me that you thought that she was
Yeah.
really a turn-on.
Yeah, Patsy.
Yeah, Patsy.
I forgot about Patsy.
He's now you're reminding him. Okay.
How quickly they forget.
Yes. Okay, Bobby, are you finally ready, sir?
I'm going to say Sophia Loren. Because I can't think of anyone else.
You're going to say Sophia Loren.
I didn't say
don't you
Patsy.
say
You can have
Patsy?
Patsy. Yeah.
Yeah. You're hoping that she's going to see this and maybe buy it, aren't you?
Maybe,
Sophia
yes.
Loren. Okay, you're going to say Sophia Loren. Let's bring on Julie. Julie, who do you think is the sexiest woman that Bobby knows?
Wow, that's really tough. I don't want to slight any of my friends.
Yes.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, I really can't think whether it's, somebody from afar or somebody within the circle. I would say Sophia Loren. That's right.
Honey, she doesn't compare to Patsy.
I can't believe it.
Well, we do have a couple of things in common.
Julie, you
Wait a
have
minute.
no idea what we've been through out here trying to get an answer out of him. And we skipped him. We went to Army, then we went to Orson. We came back. He just couldn't come up with anybody. And you say, oh, I don't know, how about Sophia Loren? And
I know him better than
and
he
I
knows
fainted.
himself.
I can't believe that. Well, you're absolutely right, and I hope your wish comes true, Bobby. Julie and Bobby, Selma and Army split that pot at halftime, and we'll trade places, gang, if you will, step to the rear. We'll break away. We'll come back if I can pull myself together and to the rest of TattleTales. Come back. Okay, we are back. We've just changed places after halftime. I have the ladies with me. The fellas are in the back. We have 2/3 of a tie. Orson, you got to catch up, okay?
Patsy.
Here we go, Patsy. Never mind. We're moving on here. This question is worth $150 as well. Surprise, fellas! Your wife's pregnant. And it's gonna be a girl. What name are you gonna pick for the little darling? Okay?
No multiple
Surprise! Surprise, surprise, your wife's pregnant and it's gonna be a girl. What name are you gonna pick for the little darling that's coming? Think about it, fellas. We'll come back and find out. Carolyn, we're gonna start with you. What's Orson gonna say to that? Is there a name left?
Is her name left? That's funny. Gee, I'm trying to think of one of the names that we
That you
had in mind.
considered?
We didn't, considered and didn't use. I don't know. I like Daisy. He never.
Oh, I like that too.
Yeah. Well, maybe you and I should have a little girl.
Okay.
He was never crazy about the name. Surprise, Orson. There's been a change in the plans.
Surprise, Orson. It's Carolyn and me.
Okay, so, and Daisy makes 3.
Yes.
So, I don't know. Ask him, see what he says. What do
You're
I
gonna
know about these things?
You're gonna say Daisy?
I guess. I can't think of anything better to
Okay,
say.
that's cute. I like that. Let's bring on Orson. Orson, what's the name of the baby girl?
Daisy?
Yes. I don't believe what's happening.
I didn't believe it.
You're right.
That's right.
I was going to say Petunia.
Yeah.
No,
I
Petunia.
love all sorts of those flower names. I loved Zinnia.
Zinnia.
We
Zinnia
talked about all
Bean, though.
different
We
kinds of flower names, but
Zinnia Bean.
Daisy is, more common.
Bean.
But
Had you talked about Daisy before?
we had when we had
Years
Zeke,
ago.
Attila
Yeah.
the baby. We decided, if Attila the baby had
Attila the
been a
baby.
girl, he might have been
Yes.
Daisy.
And now his name is Attila, is it?
Daisy Bean. Oh, I love that.
I wanted to call him Attila because I figured anyone that wanted to be born that badly.
Talk about surprises.
No, Daisy Bean is a terrific name. It's better than Navy or something like that. Okay. Julie.
Patsy, he says. How about
Okay.
Margot?
What's the name of the baby going to be, Julie?
Well, we went through a lot of good names already.
Uh-huh.
I think I always liked the name Casey.
Casey.
Yeah.
And you don't have a Casey.
No, I have
So-
a Stacy, but I don't have a Casey.
Okay, that could drive a household crazy, you know.
Right.
Stacy, not you, Casey, Stacy.
Yeah, well, I always call them by the wrong names anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, so you'll say Casey.
Yeah.
Let's bring on the fella. Bobby, what's the name of your new little girl going to be?
I have the vaguest idea. We have 5 girls between us: Cindy, Ronnie, Stacy, Lisa, and Kelly.
Yes.
Kelly was always our very favorite girl's name. So I just have to make a guess because I really couldn't think of it.
Well, you did pretty well with the last guess you made. Don't. Oh, never mind.
No, I really couldn't guess. Patricia.
Wrong.
What did Julie say?
Tell him what you said.
Casey, you dummy.
Oh, that's right.
We talked about that once.
I know we have.
You remember that now?
Had a close call, eh?
Remember now?
Okay, sorry about that, Bobby.
Okay.
You dummy. Okay. Here we go. Selma, what's Army going to say?
Insane question. Left field, okay?
That's a silly name for a girl. Really.
She'll hate
Left
you,
field orchard? That doesn't sound right. How about apple? No, never mind.
I'm torn between Tabitha and Samantha. What do you think?
Tabitha and Samantha.
Okay, Samantha.
That sounds like it's going to turn out to be a cat.
What?
Sounds like you're going to have a cat.
That's what we're gonna have, Bubsy. There's not gonna be no baby, no how.
Tabitha, Samantha. Okay, you're going to say what?
I forgot. Samantha.
Samantha. Okay.
What's her
let's
name?
bring on Army.
What's her name? The kid.
Army. Oh, I'm going to pieces out here. Army, what's the name of your little girl going to be?
Thanks a lot. I needed that. I'm sure she has explained to you at great detail.
No, I haven't. Shh.
Oh, I think there's a story lurking there, isn't there? Tell us about it, Army.
Well, never having discussed the problem,
Yes.
I'd have to come up with a name out of the blue, to be honest with you.
Yes, right.
So, I really would have to. You're all looking in at the very first time that I have thought of. Thank you. Of a name for a daughter that we would have. This being created out of the blue this very second.
So?
Mercy.
Man,
The television first.
television first. All right. How did the name Amy Archard fit?
Amy Archer is a lovely name. Not the name, however. That Selma picked.
Oh, they're so rude. They applaud when we lose.
Selma suggested Samantha or
Bad
Tabitha.
show.
Samantha or what?
Or Tabitha.
As you can see, this was a first for
Yes,
television.
we can see.
And a last.
I'm sorry, Carolyn Orson, congratulations. You get the whole pot. Hey,
Listen,
come back
Bert,
with our double question after this message for you. Just a second. Be right back. Here we go. The double question coming up. This one worth $300, and if you're ready, fellas, this is it. Good, tight game here, too. Men, who is more easily discouraged, you or your wife? Don't say anything. Who is more easily discouraged, you or your wife? Go away and listen to the music. Think about it. We'll come back for your answers in just a second. Julie, between you and Bobby, who's more easily discouraged?
Oh, boy. Both of us are terribly easily discouraged. Of the two of us, I would say probably he is.
He is. Bobby, let's bring him on and find out. Bobby, who, between you and Julie?
We're both easily discouraged, but I think I'm more easily discouraged.
That's exactly what she said. Word for word. Right on the button. Boy, you can't make a better match than that. You're absolutely right, sir. So don't be discouraged. Selma, between you and Army, who's more easily discouraged?
well, we alternate getting discouraged at the wrong times. Generally speaking, I really don't know. Let's see. I am more easily discouraged.
You are more easily discouraged.
Yes.
Okay, let's bring him on. Army, between you and Selma, who's more easily discouraged?
I must admit, I am.
You don't have to admit it, because that's not
I
what
really
Selma
almost
said.
said it.
Selma said she must admit that she was. I'm sorry, but don't be discouraged, Army. There'll be another day. Carolyn, how about Orson, between you and Orson?
Orson is.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah. He does not have a lot of patience.
Right. If it doesn't go his way, he goes, oh, rats.
At least.
At least that. Okay, let's bring him on. Orson, between you and Carolyn, who is more easily discouraged?
Oh, I give up. I just can't think of an answer. Oh, I am.
I guess it's you. You're right. That means Carolyn and Orson, Julie and Bobby split the pot. Split the $300. Very nice, respectable total on the board. Hey, time is up. That's it. The red section wins it today. We'll come back in a moment and find out how much they've won after these messages for you. Please come back.